so I'm back this week. I do not have my shocks or my springs, so I'm not doing that, obviously. I do have some parts, though. A while back I said I was going to space the shocks off the towers. Basically, the shocks on this truck, I'm not talking front and back. I'm talking they lean in like this a little bit. So I'm going to space the top of them off the towers so they're more straight up. So I picked up these Axial 3x6mm spacers. So hopefully those will space it off enough. What else I picked up? Oh, I got a new Vanquish servo horn. The reason why I got this, my servo horn that I have now, which is the Axial one, it's kind of big in this area right here. It's kind of big, so it hits my my panhard mount. So I'm gonna try this Vanquish one and see if that alleviates some of it. Because when I turn the wheels, even with the even adjusting the end points, it just hits into it, and I can watch the shock tower flex because of that. So I'm going to try this. Like I said, I'm going to try this Vanquish servo horn. Hopefully that helps some. If not, the next thing I'm going to do is space the servo up a little bit. I also got these. I don't know if these are going to work. These are from Vanquish. They're a servo clamp. Let me see. They're usually for front-mounted servos, like a servo on an axle. Is what they do is they basically compress the ears of the servo in between here and the servo mount, and they have a little slot in there for the servo. But the servo on these trucks is kind of upside down. So I'm gonna try to see if these work, just to give me a little bit added support to that servo, because it does. I can see it flex. And then the last thing I got is from STRC, which I happen to really like this stuff. They have a lot of different stuff, a lot of cool stuff. So I have some of their stuff on my Slash too. But this is a machined servo mount bracket, a machined aluminum servo mount bracket. So this replaces the plastic servo mount in this truck here. So I figured, since I put a bigger servo in here, this would be a pretty good upgrade. And it wasn't even that expensive. I had to look at the price. I forgot how much it was. I didn't think it was that expensive for being, you know, machined aluminum. So I'm gonna try that. Hopefully, add some support to the servo. Because, like I said, there's a lot of flex in that area now, especially when it hits the panhard mount and stuff like that. Hopefully, the new servo saver will help that out. Their servo horns will help that out. If not, I'm going to space up the servo a little bit to stop it from hitting. I did shave the rod end on the upper side of it just to kind of eliminate some of that, because when I taken it apart to put the new servo in, I noticed that the rod end was getting gouged from the servo horn. So I kind of shaved that down a little bit, and it clears that now, but it's hitting the actual panhard mount, and I can see the shock tower flex. So I guess there's two options: shave down the panhard mount or space the servo up. I don't know, you know. I'm guessing spacing the servo up would be the best option, because this panhard mount's only plastic. So, but yeah, that's all I got this week. So we get all the stuff installed and see how it goes. Alright, so I got the shocks off to kind of drop the suspension down. I already took off the servo horn, so I'm going to take off the shock mount and the bumper. At least when I get this off too, I can look and see. Well, I can already see the panhard mount. See how bad I'm rubbing on it. One screw. All right. Okay. You can definitely see a little bit of rub from the servo horn. Alright. Now onto the bumper. Took the other screw out on the other side. I'm going to try to remove this as one whole piece. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to find out. Alright. And I don't believe it's going to. Oh, there we go. Alright, so bumper's out. Alright, so So I believe these two screws need to come out. Hoping this will get the mount out. I believe so. So those two screws, the mount should come out, and then we'll see how the new one goes in. Now the new one is two pieces, where this is one whole piece. So I don't know. Is that it? There's some other screws in here, but I don't feel like they're holding anything. There we go. Alright. So the mount's out. Alright. So I set the truck aside to take a look at the mount. This is from STRC. I believe this was under $19. I believe it was $18 and change for this mount. It is two pieces, which is a little different. And I believe you still have to use this piece right here, now that I'm looking at it. So this little plastic piece in the center of this mount needs to be put onto here. That's probably adjustment, depending on the size of your servo, that moves. So we will need to take that off. Okay, so I ended up taking a black piece out, this little plastic piece. What I'm going to do is mount this to the servo, then set it in there, and then screw it together. Alright, I have a plan. Because what I'm trying to do ain't working. Just going to thread this in there. This is one of the shock mount screws. Shock hoop screws. I'm just going to thread it in there to hold it for me, so I can get the other screw in. Alright. I think I'm getting it now. Alright. Alright, so that's the first part. So, but basically this one is going to do the same thing. I'm going to start one of the shock screws, I hope, to kind of hold it in place. Okay, I see it now. For me. Trying. Alright, it's held in place enough. Grab the other screw and mount this thing up. There we go. Alright, so that screws in. Alright, so I took a little bit of the plastic off of the pan hard mount. I probably took a little bit more than I wanted to, but there's still plastic there, so mount this back up. Let's get the back one started. Alright, let's see if we can get this one in. That one went right in. The front one I'm having a little issue with, so I don't want to cross thread or anything, so put this in first. Alright. Back this one out. Hopefully get it realigned here. That's better. Alright. Nice and tight. So there it is. Alright, so mount this to the servo and then get it in there. Like I said, I'm also going to use these, which are the servo clamp from Vanquish. Again, the servo is upside down in this vehicle, but let's see. And what these are made for, again, is an axle mounted servo, but I don't see why they wouldn't work in here. Okay, see? I think it's a little notch in them. They're made to basically go into there, so they give it some support. I have big fingers, so but that's what they are made for. I'm just going to use them on this side. I figure anything, you know, giving you a little extra added support isn't a bad idea, so I'm going to try that. I'm also going to use longer screws because I do want to retain the wire guides for up front here for the servo. So let's see if I can get all this done here. Through the wire guide, through the servo. That should be enough screw. And then we're going to put this in here like this. This way, doing it like this, I can put some, what do you call it, some Loctite on the screw for the plastic mount, because it is going into the aluminum, so it won't move. Let me get another one in here so we can keep it straight. Those Vanquish servo clamps might be overkill and they might not even be helping, but I figured, why not? Give it a little extra added support. Alright. So there we go. So what I'm going to do is start this one. Right. Start this one to hold it. And then I'm actually going to put the thread lock on the other one, put that one in, then remove the one I just threaded partially, and put thread lock on that one. Alright, I think I got it. Get this one pretty much in there. Servo where I want it. I think that's good. So add a little thread lock to this one. And that's it. We'll tighten it down. See where we're at here. I think we're always going to hit that no matter what, but it's a little bit better than the Axial one. So I'm happy with that. Alright. And last but not least, cinch down this back mount. Pretty much lined up. And right in there. Maybe. And all right. So that's that. I mean, it feels pretty sturdy. I never wiggled it when it was just a regular mount, but I definitely think for, like I said, I think it's under $19. I think it was a good investment. You know, for added, a little bit added security, a little bit added support, and I forgot how much the Vanquish clamps were. I don't know if they were really needed, but I decided to go with them just again for more added support. But yeah, so we only got one more mod this week. Let me get this situated and then we'll start that. I'm going to use these 3x6mm spacers from Axial to space these shocks off the towers a little bit. Just a quick, simple little thing. Alright, this is real simple. You're just going to stick that in there. Actually, I might need a bigger screw. Should be alright. Maybe we can see now once I get one done, and then once not done, you'll kind of see. I probably could use a little bit wider of a spacer, but it's not too bad. I'm going to do it on the front also. I just didn't get the front back together, so I just feel like putting it right back together now, so we're just going to do the rear for now, just to show you. And that's that. So that's it for this week. Basically just a couple quick little things. Like I was saying, I've been thinking to myself, I'm getting close to being done performance-wise with what I want to do right now. Obviously, at some point, I want to upgrade the motor, ESC, stuff like that. But as far as, you know, once I get the shocks in, and I should be pretty good with what I want to do performance-wise. So, most likely going to move on to a few things. I want to do a front bumper, rear bumper. I would like to get a new body, but I'm keeping this truck a Jeep. I've already concluded that this truck will always stay a Jeep, you know, I'm thinking about doing another build, a kit build, so that will be something else, but this truck is always going to stay a Jeep, and that's that. So I'm basically I want to get another Jeep body, but I don't know if Axial's coming out with one, and I want to do a little bit of interior maybe, and a few little things here and there, but for now, for this week, I'm done. And next week or whenever I get my shocks in, I'll get out another video. Thanks for watching.